Oh, this makes me so happy. This is my Washington, D.C. hub while I'm here. It's a bit Spartan. Apparently I've been upgraded from the room I was in because they had that opportunity. The trouble is the room I was in, or was going to be in, was kind of cozy, I thought. And this is really like a barn. It lacks finesse, it lacks style somehow. It's the strangest place. I mean, it's actually nice, but it just has a kind of drab, creepy feel to it. Why does this constantly remind me of The Shining? Here is the bathroom. There are robes here for two. I wonder who's coming to visit. I never like this kind of surface. I always find it sort of clinical and anemic. And I don't like this. These toilet roll holders where you turn the toilet roll and it comes right off like that. I know it's not supposed to, but I don't like that. Ooh, look at the shower. On the whole, this is a nice room. I like this. This is going to be fine for a few days. This is the upgrade, and it cost me $12 extra a night. Which ain't bad, actually. I'm not going to leave the hotel tonight in case it actually is dangerous. It's not that I don't trust the president, but you never know. But I am actually wearing my fanny pack. You can just see it under my hoodie. It actually looks like I'm wearing a colostomy bag, but hopefully nobody's rude enough to comment. I have a couch in my entry hall so that I can receive people. Perhaps somebody who's going to wear the other bathrobe. Isn't this great? I don't really need an entry hall since I'm not going to be here for most of the time I'm in DC. I'm going to be out and about doing interesting stuff. But maybe I'll be so exhausted that I'll flop down on my lounging couch and go to sleep in the evening, something like that. But I love this. This is worth an extra $12. I'm always very suspicious of eggs that are that color. I never think they came from real chickens. This is the Treasury building, and if I touch the wall, bear in mind it's like another 19th century colossus. It's been around forever, but when I touch the wall, it's like the building is just shunted aside to leave a hiding place. That's what it's like. It's like, yeah, this is all grand and lovely and fine, and it is. It's absolutely stunning. But when you get down to it, there's the actual facade, the building, was a cover for something. Like, yeah, you have a lid on a casserole pot, and then the casserole's inside. That's what this feels like. To get to the actual intention and the energy of the building, of the Treasury, you have to push what you see aside and look for what you can't see. This is the Willard Hotel. Very, very historic place. It's about 2 blocks from the White House. It's where a lot of politicians, even to this day, come and chat and swap gossip and so on. Ulysses S. Grant used to apparently sit in the lobby of this hotel and greet people. And he coined the term lobbyists for people who used to come and talk to him and sit around and chat in the lobby of the hotel here. It's very old. It began as a series of townhouses, I think. And then there were demolitions and fires and catastrophes and a period when it was even completely empty and derelict and so on. But it's been taken over and beautified. It's really, really quite a spectacular place. I think Mark Twain used to come here, and various presidents have lived here for periods of time when renovations were going on at the White House or whatever. So I thought I would test the energy of one of these original pillars. It does have incredibly beautiful Christmas decorations, I must admit. know when you chop celery and you go like that? It has that kind of choppy feeling to it, like my arms being chopped off in slices. It feels like reverberations. Again, you know, it's a bit like the White House has that sense of power coming out of it. This has a sense of reverberation, like it was meant to be important, like it was meant to be central to life here, like it was meant to be meaningful to people. And the reverberations from it would be like one chop, then a bigger chop, then another chop, then another chop. Bam, 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 bam. So it was like when they do a controlled demolition of a building and you see all the explosions one after the other go around, it's a bit like that. It felt deliberate. It felt... Let's just check one more time. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't even have to be the chopping thing. It could just be like a sweeping wave of energy going up my arm. Chop, 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 chop. This is the White House Visitor Center in the Department of Commerce. And I thought, oh, I'll just take a quick look at that. Since I can't get very close to the White House, I might as well look at the Visitor Center. Sorry, my mouth is freezing up. But when you go in, there's a lot of security, obviously. But the security is worse than at the airport. You've got to take all your bags off, your belts off, your keys out, and I said to the guard, is it worth seeing? Is it worth all the fuss? And he goes, I don't know, I've never seen it. He sits with his back to the exhibits and has never walked around. So I just came out. I'm not taking all that stuff off. You have to take your shoes off, I guess, as well. No, I'm not doing that. So I will miss the visitor center. This is where all the construction's going on for the new ballroom, and that's why I can't get a tour of the White House because of the ballroom. So they're taking more earth away. I think, this is my theory, that they're building some kind of bunker under the White House, and that's why they're taking all this earth away. But of course I have a theory about that. I have a theory about everything. But I think there's some kind of bunker under there anyway. But now they're actually going to do it for real and modernize it, the bunker, so it's beautiful and tremendous. What now? A thousand sirens a day, I would say. It's the city of 1,000 emergencies. Oh, now it's a fire truck. Of course it is. This is the old post office, the US post office here in Washington, D.C. Was the Trump Hotel for a while, and is now the Waldorf Astoria, where I am going to go for lunch at some point. Now it's an ambulance. Oh, what luck. I know this isn't exactly glamorous, but it's the old post office building in DC. It opened around 1899, I think, and was a post office administration building for the longest time. It has a clock tower, which is the second highest structure in DC, I think, after the Washington Monument, but it's an old building that fell into, yet again, dereliction and was almost demolished as just being too old-fashioned and needed to be replaced by modern buildings. And then somebody had the bright idea of opening it up for shops and hotels and all sorts of different things. And Trump eventually, obviously, opened it as the Trump International. You remember there was all that fuss about the emoluments clause. Power brokers from all over the world and leaders would come here and stay and rent rooms and eat in the restaurant and basically give money to the Trump organization in different ways, and there was a huge outcry about that. And so in the end the Trump organization sold it on and it opened as a Waldorf hotel, but the people who bought it defaulted on their loan. So as a result, I think the Hilton Group now owns it, and they're running it as the Waldorf, and the Trump organization is thinking of coming back here and releasing it. But this is still the old building. So if I go over here and I touch the building, let's go and touch the wall and see what I get. It has a kind of trembling feeling to it. The whole thing feels shaky. Maybe the intention behind it was to build something grand and amazing, and they did that. But the feeling of it is that it was done either on a wing and a prayer, or it was done with the wrong intentions. Let's make the biggest building. Let's put the highest tower in. Let's just show people what we're made of. And because it was built on those kind of ego-based intentions, it doesn't have the strength that it needs to have as a building of this size. That's why it keeps changing hands, and that's why there's default on the loans, and that's why it fell derelict and stuff, because there can never be anything successful here. I mean, obviously there is a success here commercially, but it doesn't feel successful. It feels like there's constantly shifting sands, constantly trembling walls, and that's because the original intention behind the building was, let's build something grand and impressive. Let's have the biggest tower. Let's have the widest hallways and the best atrium. The atrium is amazing. It was quite a spectacle in its day when it opened. But yeah, let's do that. And as a result, it feels like it's ego-based rather than soul-based, I would say. I'm in shock. I probably should deliver this from my lounging couch, but I'd just been to dinner. I had portobello mushrooms and fries, and you can barely see the portobello mushroom for the fries. There's such a mountain of them. But anyway, I found out during the meal that there is a hotel tax in Washington, D.C. that is colossal. It has added something like 40%. I mean, I'm not very good with the adding up thing, but it's about 40% extra on my room charge.
You can't mean it. No.
So then they put on your card this pending payment for incidentals, which runs to about $600 or $700 or something like that. Well, you see, even the pillow is distressed. It's really serious. I'm sorry about that. I know, I feel the same way. I had a brainwave while I was out. I decided that since I was paying extortionate amounts of tax for this room, I thought I would make the money back by not eating out at restaurants so much while I'm here. I discovered there is a Whole Foods just behind the hotel here. So I went to Whole Foods just now, and I bought a bunch of stuff to eat. And while I was walking around, I discovered there's tons of places around here. So my lesson is from this, I've done this in every place I've been to, is on the first night, if I can, I eat in the hotel. I don't even bother trying to hunt around the neighborhood or anything. But the next day, I set aside time to go in search of places that I can eat. And maybe even drink if I want a glass of wine or something. But I do that. And so then I'm conversant with the terrain rather than being shy and just eating in fancy restaurants because they're easier, which I have done in the past. But I found there was a Whole Foods, so I went and bought food there, which is great. I don't normally do this, eat food out of a cardboard box. I'm unfamiliar with this, actually. But I thought I would do it this one time and save money. Plus, I bought a regular chamomile tea and an English breakfast tea so that I can make my own tea in my room without actually paying for that as well. And they do have a water heater thing back here, but it's just for coffee. What's the point of that, really? Why just for coffee? So anyway, let's try this and see if it was actually worth the money. It's practically cold, but good. It's nutritious. Plus, I bought a bottle of water because they don't really give you free water here. I don't think. Oh, I spilt it now. Oh no! Hang on. So I'm actually pretty well equipped, and after this, I probably won't have to eat out, thereby saving myself some money. And if I do this every day in some form, then I will make back the money that I wasn't expecting to pay on the taxes, which are outrageous. Have I made that point enough? But anyway, this is actually pretty good. It's in my room, and my room's lovely, and I had a great day. Walking around the different monuments. I am worn out. Oh my God, I've walked miles and miles and miles. And I normally walk miles and miles, but I've walked a very long way today. The National Archives is free to get in. They do make you wait. And if you want to avoid the lines, get a timed ticket. And that, like a timed pass, and you just walk straight in, apparently. I paid $1 for a timed visit, which meant I had to be here latest 1:30. And of course, it's now like 20 to 2. I completely missed it. It was a complete waste of $1. But this is the American story. It's like a Sonnet Lumiere thing. And this is the Declaration of Independence, as this woman in the background will testify to. So obviously I can't touch it, but I'm going to see if I can get the energy from it. Hold on. The Declaration of Independence. This is a copy. Well, it's like an original, but off the same printing press. In fact, I think it even says that. Yes, it's off a copper printing plate. Because basically I just see a number of different sheets of parchment or paper or whatever it is flying off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just a whole bunch of them. Turns out that was just a demonstration of the printing plate for the facsimile, and the real documents are here in the rotunda. The Constitution of the United States of America. It's like something to lean on. I felt right there that I was leaning not over the case that it's in, but actually on it, like it was a dependency thing, not an independence. That's so interesting. It was about dependence. It was about reliability, about assuring the rights of a people. And yeah. And so I could lean on it, and it would offer me something that I can rest upon. Oh, wow. So of course you have to preserve it. Of course you have to look after it and honor it and abide by it, because it's the bottom line, it's the bedrock of the USA. Yeah, I could just lean on it at that particular point. Amazing. So the Declaration of Independence, let me just get that. That's the real one now. The Declaration of Independence. It's not made any easier, the fact that it's in a glass case. It's over here. Oh, it's like I'm walking forward and somebody comes up behind me with a piece of, like a really big piece, like 7 foot tall piece of card, and encircles me with it, so that I can only see, forward. There's no looking back. It's too big to see over, it's curved so I can't see around. I can only look forward. So that's the energy of that. It's like, no going back now. This is it. Plant your flag and keep going. Move forward. And it's not easy to actually move forward because it encircles me, leaving just a narrow gap to squeeze through. So there's a lot of pressure attached to this. Like, it's all very well, it's almost like a capsule, but with a gap in it. It's like, all very well, not looking back, but this is not going to be easy, are you sure? And you have to make the decision to push through the gap. Otherwise you're stuck. It's like a deliberate intention to take the next step. You have to take the initiative to push through the gap. I've seen some cults like that, actually, where you have to decide to adopt the principles. You have to decide that you're in the tribe, adopting the doctrine or whatever. You have to go. You can't just stay still. It's a proactive thing, and this is a proactive thing. But once you've made the decision, you have to go forward. There's no choice. Which would be about right for a Declaration of Independence. No looking back now. On we go. The Bill of Rights is over there. What do I get for that? It's like corrugated cardboard. You know, corrugated cardboard in packing material, in like a box. It has a flat back and then all the little ripples in it, which give it strength, I guess you would say, that protect the back. So the Bill of Rights, I mean, it's very much an on-the-nose analogy, really. It's like the reinforcement in a corrugated kind of box. So you have the back, which is the people and the Constitution and all that kind of stuff, and then you have these individual rights, which are the corrugated cardboard thing, to reinforce everything else. Yeah, it is a bit on the nose, that, but it is right. I'm back at my happy place with a cappuccino, an almond croissant, brackets, allergic to it, bracket, but still, it's all gone terribly well. I don't think Arlington Cemetery would have been great on a bitterly cold day, so maybe next time. As far as the trip goes generally, remember some of you, dared me to come to DC. I'd said that it was on my bucket list, but I'd never done it because I was so nervous due to the crime rate. You said, somewhat abruptly and candidly, it's not like that at all. You should come. And so I booked a ticket and I came. And sure enough, it's so far been touch croissant. It's been absolutely fine and very, very enjoyable. I like cold. I like to feel secure, and I feel secure here. I love French cafes. This has been great, and some of the vibes from this place have been absolutely astonishing. If you've seen the videos, you will know that some of the stuff I touched left an indelible mark on me. The things that I thought would be great have been a little disappointing. The things that I thought would be nothing at all turned out to be fantastic, and on the whole it's just been a generally great time. So thank you to everybody who urged me to come. Thank you to everybody who's written encouraging me to go to various places. I've done as many as I could, and of course I'm pooped now, but and I'm borderline croissant dependent as a result of this trip. So, what more can I say? It's been fantastic. The hotel was lovely, the restaurants were fantastic, the people here are amazing, and the food has been great. I don't think I have a single complaint. Actually, I don't think I have a single complaint about this entire trip. So, bucket list item checked. Ching! I am deliriously happy. I'll see you soon, guys. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.